The Naruto Storm series is a collection of video games created by Bandai Namco and typically covers the story of Naruto as well as extra special exclusive content. This series has established itself among the best of anime and manga adaptations to video games. At its core, these Naruto video games retain the same fundamental story as the original, but there are slight differences that impact Naruto's power scaling in particular. Naruto Uzumaki is the main protagonist, but because of extra arcs in the Naruto Storm series, he is in actuality way stronger than his original counterpart, regardless of if this version of Naruto is canon or not. The details of the main story can slightly differ from game to game, so I have to differentiate him from a main canon, especially because all of the games don't completely align with each other, which means I'm really just going to be power scaling this composite Naruto. But before I explain any of this, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. It would help me reach out 15,000 subscribers I've been aiming for, so I can drop that special video that everybody's been waiting for. Without further ado, let's get into this. In the original Shippuden, Naruto was way weaker in comparison to heavy Sasuke, who could solo all of Team 7 simultaneously and threaten to one-shot them with his ninjutsu Kirin. However, in Storm, it's very different. Naruto's punches are strong enough to launch Sasuke across the battlefield, and can match his Chidori, signaling a change in power dynamic from a cannon. It becomes pretty obvious that this version of Naruto far surpasses his original counterpart in power. During Akatsuki's suppression arc, he destroyed one of Kokuzu's hearts with just a single kick, before ultimately one-shotting him with a Rasen Shuriken. The source of power of Naruto's insane growth really just comes down to his game-exclusive fights that he participates in. These fights provide him with the extra opportunity to not only hone his skills, but to get far stronger. He fought alongside Sasuke in battles against Demon Shinki, who has near infinite chakra. Of course, it's most likely a hyperbole. I don't actually think he's infinite 3D, unlike a certain fandom who love using statements like that. You'll realize that infinite statements are pretty common in fiction. They shouldn't always be taken seriously. Demon Shinki's abilities were comparable to a Jinchuriki and could have destroyed all of Konoha. Naruto also defeated the Black Shadow, who Jiraiya thought that he might struggle against and would have to fight. From here on out, Naruto only continues to get even stronger by defeating Pain like he did in the original. But more interestingly, by the end of Storm 2, he could beat the Ultimate Ninja Curse Doll, which is stated to have been stronger than any opponent that he had faced before, which would make it even stronger than Pain. Moving on to the War Arc, after stealing a massive amount of chakra, Kurama's chakra in particular, and using Kurama chakra mode, Naruto outspeeds the 4th Raikage's fastest punch. At face value, this looks like a similar feat to the original, but it's actually far more impressive because it's a point blank blitz. In the canon, the Raikage's lariat is said to be light speed, however there's no such statement in the game. So how fast is his fastest punch? Well, fortunately for us, it's said that the Raikage can move at lightning speeds within the game, and Naruto blitzes him to such an insane degree that the actual feat itself is calculated to be 6 times faster than the speed of light. I'll link the calculation down below for anybody who doesn't believe this. Naruto then goes on to fight Edo Nagato, who in the Storm series, while at full power, can casually blow up his own Chibaku sensei. As we all know, Naruto's next transformation is a Kurama mode, which he achieves by bonding with Kurama to gain full access to all of his chakra. Kurama in the past has fought Hashirama's wood golem, which can shake the earth's core. How powerful that makes Kurama depends on how strong you think the magnitude of his earthquake is, but it's still pretty impressive regardless, due to the strain being put on the planet. Using this form, Naruto is able to casually throw Biju into the air with just one hand. Even just half the 9 tails without charging up with regular Biju Dama can match a combined charged Biju Dama of 5 other Biju. Naruto can even not harm the other Biju with his normal attacks despite them being able to survive his Biju bombs, which tells us that he can punch pretty hard as well. Going on to swap hands with War Arc Obito, just in his base form by the end of Storm 3, while low in chakra, and should logically be stronger with his full chakra. Now this is where it gets a bit weird. There's an extra story in Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Revolution called the Ninja World Tournament, which doesn't fit the timeline but it's worth mentioning. Naruto finds himself in a tournament hosted by the 5 nations, and in the final he has to go against the Mecha Naruto, a cybernetic engineered clone of him that has advanced technology. In a game, Mecha Naruto was created by the Professor as a weapon of mass destruction to rule the world. Mecha Naruto at some point went berserk and killed his creator, but after that, it revealed that he lost his memory. Naruto and Mecha Naruto's fight was pretty intense, but despite his overwhelming power and relentless attack, the real Naruto was able to win, gaining the title of the strongest shinobi in the world, making him at least Kage level. However, his victory was short-lived as Mecha Naruto unleashed his own 9 tails power. After transforming, Mecha Naruto became uncontrollable and threatened the stability of the 5 nations, making it at least Kage level, bare minimum. Realizing the danger posed by Mecha Naruto rampaging, the Raikage and Mifune try to stop Naruto from helping him. However, Naruto switches between base form and Kurama mode to defeat them, proving that he's easily above Kage level as I mentioned earlier. Naruto then rematches Mecha Naruto in his own mental space, in which he's boosted. After Mecha Naruto unleashes his Mecha Kurama, Naruto has to use his own Kurama avatar to take it out with his own tail beast bomb. Restoring peace to Mecha Naruto's consciousness and helping him control his power, the story ends. However, this is just basically a side mission. So cutting back to the main story, Kurama Sage Mode Naruto during the War Arc faces Ten Tails Obito alongside Sasuke. Promotional material tells us that the Ten Tails in the past create the world. While this might not actually be backed up in the canon, it could be true in this game. That's why when we see Madra's story, people worship the God Tree. So it could be logical to say that they believe that the God Tree was responsible for creating the world, hence they worship it regardless of if it's true. But if it did happen, it could be an outright planet level feat, and there's other statements later on that would prove this. Naruto and Sasuke are capable of destroying the truth-seeking arms of a series Ten Tails Obito. The majestic attire Susanoo also matched and broke through Obito's sword of Ninabuko, but it doesn't end there. It stated in promotional material that the sword of Ninabuko, with just one swing, can lead the ninja world to complete destruction, so take that as you will. Naruto's next major fight is against Six Paths Madara, who, no surprise here, is much stronger than Jubito in Ninja Storm 4. It stated that after attaining the Rinnegan and Six Paths power, Madara can destroy the ninja world, and also mentions Might Guy in the same sentence, meaning he's referring to just one Rinnegan Madara that fought Might Guy. Hagoromo states if Madara continues to attain power, then he would eventually obtain a power level similar to that of Kaguya's. Keep in mind that this is before he absorbs the God Tree and attains his second Rinnegan. Madara states that fighting 8th Gate Guy didn't feel like an inkling of a threat, yet he felt intimidated by base Naruto after he attained Six Paths power, which was gained through his partial death, in which Hagoromo granted him half of his chakra. This implies that in his base form, Naruto is stronger than planet level in all honesty. Madara then proceeds to absorb the God Tree, which Kaguya describes as containing, I quote, infinite power, lol. Of course, once again, this can be considered a hyperbole, but it might not be one considering the feats we get later on. Madara faces Six Paths Naruto and Sasuke with the power of a God Tree as a big amp. Sasuke can now apparently multiply the power of his Chidori with Six Paths, and we see Madara's Limbo clones survive a direct hit from Sasuke's Chidori. So the God Tree absorbed Madara at this point will be far stronger than before. He then obtains a second Rinnegan and is stated to have surpassed Hagoromo, the same Hagoromo who created the moon alongside Hamura, which can be calculated large planet level within this game, and that will also be linked down below too. What's more impressive is that in this game, Madara and his Limbo clones can all use their own Susanoo, whereas Naruto and Sasuke using a Six Paths Majestic attire Susanoo, which is pretty much Six Paths Naruto times Six Paths Sasuke, can use it to overwhelm a dual Rinnegan Ten Tails, Madara's largest Chibaku Tensei. As strong as Madara was, he was eventually overwhelmed and transformed into the mother of chakra, Kaguya. Naruto is now confronted by Kaguya, who surpasses Sasuke's imagination and Madara's strength by a pretty big margin. While in the original battle Kaguya initially held back, Zetsu in Ninja Storm states that she isn't even utilizing even half of her power, so her full power is likely at least double Madara's if not more, as the game underscores that Kaguya is in a completely different league. Naruto on many occasions matches 80 God's Vacuum Fist, which in the canon has the potential to be Kaguya's strongest attack, which includes the expanding Truth-Seeking Orb. Naruto is able to keep up with Kaguya, who dodged the Kamui from Obito and DMS Kakashi. Keep in mind the Kamui is twice as fast as the regular Kamui when used together, indicating that Naruto is also getting faster over time as well as stronger. Unlike the manga, where she draws upon the chakra of the Shinobi Alliance, in the game she executes this feat solely using her own chakra. This means that, just like in the manga, she does directly scale to her Rabbit God mode, if not more so, since she doesn't even have to reclaim her lost chakra, she can just directly use this feat casually. Kaguya's expanding Truth-Seeking Orb has the ability to annihilate the world. However, the term Sekai in Japanese can mean world, universe, or society, necessitating a closer examination of promotional material descriptions of her dimensions. Her realms are consistently referred to as dimensions, with terms like the lava dimension, storm dimension, and ice dimension. Furthermore, references to battles in space and the necessity for Naruto to navigate through space to confront Kaguya suggest that her dimensions are distinct time spaces, rather than just locations in the same universe, which should be pretty obvious at this point. This is further supported by when Kakashi fights Kaguya. Kakashi is described as cutting through time and space within Kaguya's dimension. Another major difference between the canon and the games is that Kaguya's dimension is visibly much larger. If you look carefully, you can see stars and nebulae. With the inclusion of that many nebulae, the size of his dimension has to at least be the size of a galaxy, if not larger. We even see red shifts and blue shifts akin to universal expansion, and this hints at the possibility that our dimension could be an entire universe. Considering these factors, Kaguya's dimension could range anywhere between a starry sky with nebulae to a universe exhibiting blue and red shifts. These clouds are likely the basis of the Large Magellantic Cloud, which is comparable to the size of a galaxy and nearly 200,000 light years away from Earth. They may suggest even larger sizes. Kaguya's expanding Truth-Seeking Orb, according to promotional material, was going to destroy Naruto's world, and it'd also have to encompass Naruto's universe, which is based on our own universe. These feats align with Kaguya's claim to possess infinite power, derived from a god tree, which in all fairness is most likely hyperbolic. I'd argue that the characters fighting Kaguya may somewhat scale to her. For example, a weakened DMS Obito managed to stall Kaguya, and DMS Kakashi was able to harm her with his physical attacks using the Susanoo. After the Kaguya fight is said and done, she sealed away using the 6 Paths Planetary Devastation. Naruto then has to face his rival Sasuke in a deathmatch. Using his ultimate power, Naruto activates the Ashura avatar by combining 3 Kurama avatars into a single being, along with all of the nature energy of a planet, so it should be at least triple his normal Kurama avatar strength. The Ashura mode Triple Rasen Shuriken matches Sasuke's 6 Path Susanoo's Indra's arrow, and we all know what happens from there. But by the time we reach Naruto the Lost, it's hard to say how much stronger the two have gotten, since I can't use canon material. But where things take a crazy turn is, according to the promotional material for the Lost DLC, Naruto and Sasuke in their base forms possess what is referred to as the strongest attack ever, a statement that elevates them to at least half of Kage's power just in their base forms, which would put them above the expanding Truth-Seeking Ball. This attack is said to be the pinnacle of power, and deemed superior to Kage's expanding Truth-Seeking Orb. If we adhere to strictly galaxy-level scaling for Kage, this implies that base form Naruto and Sasuke in the Lost can deal with that. This assertion gains further credence when Momoshiki and Kinshiki arrive on Earth during the road to Boruto. So during the invasion, in which key events unfold slightly differently to the anime or manga. During the invasion of the Chunin exams, Momoshiki and Kinshiki confront base form Hokage Naruto and the new era Sasuke. In his base form, he can fight Momoshiki and Kinshiki, who Naruto deems are just as strong as Kaguya. Naruto's assertion that Momoshiki and Kinshiki rival Kaguya's strength is met with a response. Momoshiki rejects any comparison, asserting that they're far superior because they've devoured the elixir and transcend her power completely. Although keep in mind, Momoshiki doesn't exactly know how strong Kaguya was post-chakra fruit, however, Naruto did, and that's what's important here. Furthermore, in the game, Sasuke uncovers a scroll detailing Kaguya's preparations to build an army to fight back against Momoshiki and Kinshiki. Kinshiki in Road to Boruto is strong, but he never struggles against the Kage. Instead, he can cleave through a sky with ease, which is a little bit more consistent, I would say. Of course, Momoshiki devours and fuses with Kinshiki just like he did in the original to gain a new level of power. Kurama mode 6 Path Sage mode Naruto should be comparable to a fused Momoshiki, even after having his chakra drained. Fused Momoshiki's strength is at least doubled. Naruto and Sasuke then controversially say that he looks no stronger than Kaguya, which just isn't true. I know people like to bring this up, but not only would this contradict what was said earlier, but this could just be in reference to appearance, since he used the word look, not is. To be honest, in my opinion, I think it's just trash talking, and clearly it worked, because they get a response out of fused Momoshiki, who claims that Kaguya was just a weakling who trembled in his presence, declaring himself the strongest. The Kurama avatar also greatly increases Naruto's attack power, and it's even higher with the majestic Atai Susanoo, as it combines his and Sasuke's powers together to create what is called an unrivaled jutsu, making it even stronger than the Ashura avatar, and the attack from Naruto the Lost, which is stronger than the expanded Truth-Seeking Ball. The majestic Atai fought and defeated a fused Momoshiki's lava golem with relative ease, and weakened him to the point that Boruto was able to match him. And other than that, there's not much content that goes outside of this. As it stands, Ishiki and Baryon mode Naruto were introduced in Ninja Storm Connections. When Naruto activates his awakening, he can use his full power Baryon mode. This version of Naruto represents Naruto from his battle against Ishiki, where he first activates Baryon mode to fight him. Much like other fighters, this makes him faster, deal more damage, and tank attacks. After the activation of Baryon mode, Naruto is left immobile for a while and vulnerable to attack, just like he was in the anime and manga. Other than that, there aren't any other unique statements or feats in Ninja Storm for this version of Baryon mode. He doesn't really have anything over the original, I would say. Boruto on the other hand does, and this is because in the Ninja Storm Connections exclusive story about Nanashi Uchiha and her legendary Susanoo, there's some crazy power scaling to do with that. I could go over that, but there's too much to cover, so in all honesty, it could get its own video to do with power scaling if you want to see that kind of thing. Anyway, if you learned something new, or you know something that I didn't mention about how strong Ninja Storm Naruto is, just let everybody know down in the comment section. And while you're at it, you might as well subscribe and like the video. It'll help us get closer to that 15k subscriber special. Anyway, check out this video right here, and thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Peace.